Here we are. Hey, welcome. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. We're going to be watching Starship Flight 8 today, assuming that it all goes well. I'm just going to make sure everything is good with stream, and then I think it's about 28 minutes or so to launch. So we'll be hanging out. I got an energy drink as usual. I work today, so I'm a little bit tired. So hopefully my energy stays up, but we're doing our best. I got fucking Oreos as well because it's who doesn't want to watch a rocket launch with cookies? And I think it's like some significant Oreo day today, but I could also be wrong about that. Okay, that is working. Let me just make sure this is also working. Oh, also working. I mean, more like just doing what I want it to. Then we'll get over to the stream and watch it. It's going to be great. I'm very much looking forward to it. The weather is looking fucking phenomenal, guys. Like, it's looking, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the good shit. SpaceX and Starship Flight 8 and okay. And we can probably give that a close. And then I'm going to pop on over here. And I'm going to turn my face on. Getting some replays. Hell yeah.
These systems and manual commanding from
nice. All right.
And just like on our previous
Alrighty,
flights,
well, we're ready to go.
Not sent before the end of the
I'm ready to have my socks blown off.
Or if those
we're gonna crack this monster in a second here. Or it's a rain. It's a white gummy bear.
Kick us out. The booster can default to a landing burn and a soft splashdown.
And we got our double stuffed Oreos, of course.
Yeah, we've said it before.
And milk,
because
ADHD. Gotta have multiple flavored
no
drinks.
Compromises when it comes to ensuring the safety of the public and our team. And the booster return will only take place if those thousands of conditions are right. So as the clock continues to tick down to launch,
the conditions are looking great.
Who's once again posted up in Hawthorne. How's it going, Chris?
Hey, Kate and Dan, and welcome everyone to Hawthorne, California. As you can hear and as you can see, the crowd is gathering. Excitement is really building here for Starship's 8th flight today. And speaking of flight, let's talk about the Raptor engines, which have quite a workout ahead of them today.
Do this so I can have the chat open
engines are
on my
designed
phone.
and manufactured right here in Hawthorne, and they have certainly accomplished some impressive things already.
Oh, it's Keith. How's it going, brother?
Few flights around
it's the Starship launch, bro.
Bring 2 super heavy boosters back for a catch by the Mechazilla system at the launch site.
Let's get that white gummy bear monster cracked.
I guess we could. And we do this by using something that we call the algorithm.
That's better.
Now, for Raptor, the algorithm has helped us question the requirements for the engine, find the parts that we don't need, and then optimize the design for manufacturability and reuse. This allows us to simplify designs and drives us toward that rapid, reliable reuse. And as you can see on your screen here, it is definitely what we have done with the Raptor engine. Look at that beautiful family photo. You can really see how Raptor 3 is an unprecedented step forward in design. It eliminates the parts we don't need. It moves a lot of stuff inside the engine. And one thing that it also allows us to do is to delete the heavy engine heat shields that are used on the current version of Raptor today. And what that means is that when we switch to the Raptor 3 engine later this year, we'll be able to save about a metric ton of mass per engine. And when you multiply that by 39 or more engines, that's a lot of mass. And that mass savings actually helps us increase Starship's efficiency and the amount of payload that we're able to deliver to space and to Mars with Starship. But before we get to Mars, we still have a lot of important and critical development work to do. And it's flight tests like today's that help us do just that. Needless to say, the Raptor teams here in Hawthorne are very excited for today's flight and to see their hard work fly, just like all of our Starship teams are today for Flight 8. So Dan and Kate,
I hate blocking
back to you
faces.
for some more info on Flight 8.
I'm there. I'm going to try to keep myself on the same level, and I'll just like slide myself off. I'll
things that we learned from our last Starship mission. In January, Flight 7 of Starship generated lots of important data. That data led us to change some of our pre-flight testing for today's flight.
I got to cut off 25% of my camera because of the tariffs.
Flight 7 was the detection of a harmonic response that was much stronger during flight than
everything is
we had
fine
seen during testing.
That's right. Rocket engines create incredible amount of noise, vibration that can pass through every component in the rocket itself. Flight 7, we saw those vibrations at a specific frequency. They were also strong in a strong enough amplitude that it was placing a lot of extra
Yeah,
stress
let it be known
on
if you
some of
shake a
Starship's
stick hard
propulsion
enough, it will
system.
fucking
That's what
explode.
most likely led to propellant leaks that then cascaded into fires and ultimately our
That is
loss
a fact.
of contact with the ship.
As part of our investigation, our team took this flight ship through a 60-second static fire, which was 10 times longer than any
18
previous
minutes.
static fire. The test cycled through throttle levels to recreate different
I'm
conditions
comforting
seen
myself by
within
eating
the
Oreos
propulsion
because I'm too
system during
excited.
flight. You can see that on your screen now. We also tested hardware changes on fuel feed lines to Raptor's vacuum engines.
The additional data we got from this
It's
test
like a repeat
specifically led
from
to some new
the
hardware
scrub
that's
stream.
installed in the RVAC fuel feed lines on which
I kind of
are
like
also
this partial
unique to
camera.
this
Not gonna
upgraded
lie,
version of ship.
I don't hate it.
Those feed lines look like large straws. They run through the oxygen tank, and those
It's
are
gonna maybe
delivering
look
fuel
weird when I
directly to
clip,
those
but
vacuum
I don't give a
engines.
fuck.
The new hardware
be honest.
was successful in significantly lowering the strength of that
It
harmonic
is what
resonance
it is.
and relieving the extra stress on the prop system. And then just in addition to new hardware, we made a couple of operational tweaks.
Oh, it looks so
adjusting
good,
things like
dude.
the
I love these
temperature of the
machines.
propellant as it's being
Look
fed
at
to the engines. Also changing
Machine.
the throttle level that we're setting those engines at on ascent.
We also looked at where fires broke out in the attic, which is the
And look at how nice of a
unpressurized
fucking day it
space
is.
between the bottom
Oh,
of
man.
the ship's liquid oxygen tank and the engine heat shields. Fires here resulted
We
in
can't
loss
fast
of
forward,
ship
Keith. You're
on
stuck.
flights 2
Yeah,
and
no
7,
way.
so we took steps
It's not
to
happening.
make it more resilient to leaks. We added a hefty purge system that uses gaseous nitrogen. Similar to the carbon dioxide
We're in the hog
system
zone
on
now. There's
the
no going
booster,
back.
It floods the zone with an inert
Time's
gas
gonna
to
run
help
slower.
prevent a fire.
Yeah, we
Not
also
faster.
increased the attic's just natural
That's the sad
fire
reality.
defense. We added some more vent holes that helps to keep that attic pressure close to vacuum as Starship flies into space, makes it harder for a fire to ever exist. And then on the next generation ship, we're going to do the best thing possible and just start deleting some parts.
Yeah,
I love when it
best part
vents
is
like
no
that.
part.
I
The
love
next
those little
generation
vents
ship
where
is
it's
going
like,
to use Raptor 3
you know, it's
engines,
awesome.
which are going to reduce that attic volume, and they're also going to
Oh, we had the
eliminate
fucking
most of the
Moonlanders
joints
do
on the
their
engines
thing.
themselves
That was pretty
that can
sick.
leak into the space.
Forgot to
In
talk
the
about
end,
that the other
these
day.
changes represent the core of our test program. We fly
Although,
hardware in a real-world environment.
If you want to fucking
learn
hear
from the
about this
data,
shit, there's a
make
million
updates,
more
and
places to
fly
go
again.
than me, but like, you know, I'm here too. Yeah, I'm chilling.
And then today we're going to be attempting
With my
to do
white gummy bear
everything that we
reins,
didn't
you
get
know?
to do on Flight 7. So we're still looking to get our first re-entry with the upgraded ship, while we're going to be really
Moved
intentionally
lots of
stressing
boxes
it
today,
again
so
to get data
I
on what the
deserve it.
vehicle's boundaries are. So everything we've got ahead
My
of
nose
us,
is so
as
itchy
always,
right now,
starts
bro.
with liftoff.
My
and
nose
that's super
itches with a
heavy,
fury.
igniting those 33 Raptor engines, lifting off from the pad here at Starbase for that initial ascent. Those all 33 will burn for the first roughly 2 minutes before we get into hot staging.
For hot staging, the second stage will ignite its engines while
I can
still
tell,
attached
like, the spring
to
is coming,
the
you
first
know?
stage. That will create that stage separation. The booster will perform a flip maneuver and head on back to the launch site here just behind us. Then we will hopefully see the third ever
Oh, you
tower
could do
catch
that real
by
quick.
the launch tower.
If you wanted to skip 4
Meanwhile,
years,
ship
you could skip
completes its
4,000 years at
ascent
the
burn,
speed of
gets
light in
into
like
its suborbital
in an
trajectory.
instant.
We've got some extra things we're going to do in space, like deploy those Starlink
So yeah,
simulators.
technically, you know, if
Also
we ever
gonna be
figure out those
relaying
Albuquerque
one of
drives,
the Raptor
you can just
engines, one of
leave.
the sea level
You can leave the
engines
galaxy.
before we get into re-entry.
Yeah, that re-entry phase will test multiple experiments, including missing heat shield tiles, metallic tiles, and loading the
You could skip 4
vehicle's
million
flaps.
years,
The
40
ship
million
will
years.
then perform a
You know,
flip maneuver.
it just becomes
and,
whatever
hopefully
you'd like
achieve
at that
a
point.
soft water landing as we have seen before. We've got some buoy cams stationed out there to give us great daylight views of that splashdown in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah, it's a lot, but again, we're really focused on finding what are the real world limits of Starship. We're doing it in this very remote area to find those limits before we get ready to return ship to the launch
We
site.
need another
and
cookie
eventually
for
catch
good luck.
it. And a lot of the upgrades we made
Bless the
to
cookie.
get to this version of ship
Cookie for
are
chat.
going to enable that.
Yeah, man, that's going to be exciting to see ship catch.
It's going to be wild.
Now, Ship 7 premiered a huge block of upgrades to add more capability to Starship, and we've carried them through to test on Flight 8 today.
Am I
First,
dumb?
the forward flaps
No, we're
got
good.
a redesign. They have shrunk and shifted away from the ship's belly or the heat shield. You can see that on your screen there. This new position will reduce their exposure to heating during re-entry. We've also extended the length of Starship, and we've done this by 2 meters. This additional
That makes
height
it
gives us about 25%
extra big. It's the
more
biggest
propellant
rocket ever.
volume, which
Humanity's
will aid
biggest
in
rocket
future longer
launching
duration
today
missions.
again.
We also implemented propulsion upgrades such as
I can't
new
wait for
fuel
that.
feed line system for the Raptor
Fingers
vacuum
crossed
engines,
for
as
Catch
well as
3,
vacuum
guys.
jacking
Catch
of
3
feed
is going to be
lines and
sick.
an improved propulsion
I can't believe
avionics
it's been caught
module.
twice. The booster,
And you've
super
heard
heavy.
us talk a
Can't
lot
believe
of
it.
the experiments we're running.
Doesn't even make
today
sense
are
to me.
focused on re-entry.
It's never going to
We're
make sense to me.
intentionally removing a whole bunch of
But it
tiles
happened.
all over Starship
It's going to happen
itself
again.
in this missing tile test. They're removed
And then again.
in critical
And they might even
areas
reuse
this
one. Oh my
time,
god. When they
including
reuse a
over those
booster,
propellant
oh.
tanks around some of the flaps, as we're really looking to use this flight to push Starship's capabilities. If we're not resilient to a missing tile and the backup ablative underneath, we need to know that. We also test a couple of different tiles on Starship, some metallic ones, one of which has some active cooling built into it.
Avionics also underwent a complete redesign with 4 upgraded
Kind of interested
Starlink
in those
terminals.
active cooling
You can see
tiles,
the
how they
location
like
there
sort of work,
popping up on
how they
your
come together.
screen.
I have to do some
Those now
research on that.
combine Starlink
That could be a
navigation
YouTube video.
and radio
We slap together
frequency,
something like
as
that
well as
over the
communications
next couple months.
into a single unit. And non-structural versions of
Very
the ship's
interesting.
catch fittings
I
have
always
been
love that
installed
type of
to test
stuff.
thermal
You know,
performance, i.e. do they survive
using
re-entry,
waste energy to do
along with
work is
smothered
like
and
a
tapered edge on a smooth and
tickles my
tapered
brain
edge
in the
on
right
the
ways.
tile line to address hot spots we covered and saw in Flight 6.
And we've got some radar sensors on the tower catch arms again, as we're just looking at different ways to measure distance between the arms and a vehicle. These ones are actually protected by kind of a modified version of our heat shield tiles. Catching the ship's going to be a little different from catching a booster. One of the key things is it's going to do that flip right before it's landing.
They're not catching the ship today.
Your antennas,
They're doing one more test.
Navigation.
But
so there's extra sensors
they have the
on
test
ground
pins,
side,
so we'll see if those like melt off during re-entry. Well, we'll see if it makes it to re-entry. It didn't last time.
And in another first, Starship will deploy 4 Starlink simulators. They are
But
similar
again,
in
it vibrated
size
itself
to
to
our
death.
next generation Starlink
A classic
Starship
death.
will have the ability to
A
deploy
savage
our
death.
advanced V3
A death
Starlink
worthy of a
satellites,
starship,
which will help
I'd say.
further Starlink's impact in the coming years as we work to
Well, and
expand
fire.
access to high-speed
There's a
internet
fire, too.
all around the world.
Now, fire was probably caused
Each
by the
Starlink
vibration.
V3 launch
And
is
then,
planned
you
to
know,
add about
fire gets
60
out of control.
terabits per second of capacity to the Starlink network.
You know,
to give you some
streaking
perspective,
stars
that's about 20 times
of
the
doom.
capacity we're adding right now with every V2 mini launch on a Falcon 9. Those Starlink simulators that we're going to deploy are on the
I'm
same
excited to see how
suborbital
this process
trajectory
works.
as Starship itself. They're expected to demise upon
Get to see how
entry.
that
Starship's
takes
trajectory
place
looks
today, hopefully.
super similar to our last couple of flights. Splashdown is targeted for the Indian Ocean. And then on top of all of that, again, we are planning to relight one Raptor engine while in space.
And we get the relight
That just
test.
helps
I'm really
us
looking
get
forward to
data
seeing an
on the
actual
in-space
Raptor
burns
engine relight
and
in
show
space.
Starship
That'll
is
be fun.
capable of deorbiting.
Speaking of deorbiting,
Well, deorbiting
thanks
and
to
doing all
Starlink,
kinds of fun
one of
maneuvers.
the hallmarks of these Starship missions are the incredible views that we get throughout flight, and especially during re-entry, as evidenced by many a phone and desktop.
Starbase is one of the
here.
wonders of the world.
Every day, we're
You know,
working to
I
expand
really think
the
that's
Starlink
true.
network
I think
both
that's true.
on Earth and in space. For how this all connects
It's getting
us to
there.
the big mission,
If it's not
let's head
yet,
back to
it will
Chris.
be. Mark my
Thanks,
words.
Kate. Personally, I love all those epic views of the plasma wrapping around Starship during re-entry.
Same.
Can't wait to see that later
Me
today.
too.
And fans of Starship may know that
I love
Starlink
plasma.
enables us to
Onion
bring
plasma?
lots
Who
of
doesn't love a good
unprecedented
onion
views,
plasma?
both from space and here on Earth. Starlink is the world's largest satellite constellation operating in low Earth orbit today to deliver high-speed, low-latency broadband internet and connectivity, specifically for missions like Starship today. And as you can see on your screen, Starlink brings us
this is
many
like
other views,
we're getting the
because of its
recap from
capabilities. In addition to the
last stream.
dozens of cameras
This
on
is all
Starship
the same
itself,
stuff.
we have mobile camera kits with Starlink deployed.
But I like how they
in the
have
Indian
literal
Ocean,
like
which is
just
what you're
buoys
seeing
with like
some footage of
cameras
right
and
now on your screen from a
Starlink
previous
on them.
mission.
For
You'll notice
that's
the
sick.
Starlink mini dish in the foreground here as Starship lands in the background. Just what an image that captured from an earlier flight. Now, Starlink also connects our aerial and cinematography units on the ground at
awesome,
Starbase, which will help us deliver the incredible drone shots leading up to launch today. And here on your screen, you can actually see us moving the flaps, preparing
doing the flap
Starship
test.
for flight, making sure all of the aero surfaces that need to move during flight can do so in the way that we need them to. Now, on Starship
Beautiful shot of the
itself,
Gulf of
Starlink will
America.
enable Starship today to stream more than 120 megabits per second of real-time, high-definition video and telemetry in every phase of flight, including views like you're seeing right now of those flaps moving. This not only helps provide those views, but it also helps give our engineers an incredible amount of data to help us rapidly and iterate across all parts of the system as we move through our development program. And all of the streaming data today will definitely be put to good use with the more than 30 cameras on the vehicle for flight. But providing epic views is sort of a side quest for Starlink. Its main job is obviously to provide internet access for people around the world, many of whom who have never had connectivity before.
That's enough
Now,
Oreo
today,
ASMR
Starlink serves
before
more than 125 countries, territories, and other
before
markets
Starship
with
here.
over 5 million active customers and counting. And there are just so many
We've had
inspiring
a
ways
brilliant
that people
celebration.
are using Starlink all around the world and in space. And hopefully today, in a few minutes, everyone will get to see more inspiration about what our future in space looks like.
Looking
and
for my energy drink.
How
Just
are
lost
we
it,
looking
dude.
for Starship's
Where
flight
is it?
today?
Thanks, Chris. We are looking forward to those views as well. In fact, we're getting ready to launch Starship in just over 8 minutes. Now, as for a couple status updates, working no major issues on the vehicle. Range is emerald green, you could say. Everything looks great in terms of the sea and airspace here in the Gulf of America, as well as in the Indian Ocean. Of course, we want to make sure
Gulf of America,
both
they
areas
called
are
it too.
clear,
They called it
as the
that
ship
too.
will be
It's not just me.
down
It's not
in
my
the Indian
fault.
Ocean. Well,
It's not my fault. I didn't do anything.
Behind Dan and I. Weather,
it wasn't me.
Silver
I didn't do
lining
it.
that we had to delay from Monday because holy moly, visibility is 1,000 times better today.
Yeah, honestly,
it's going to make for some
pretty
really
happy
great
that they
views.
delayed it.
Now
Now seeing these
today,
views,
we
it's
did
always
track the
nice to get a
vehicle,
really clear launch,
later
right?
Last night, flight controllers reported to their consoles earlier today.
Almost
the
fully
site
fueled.
was cleared and the range team was deployed.
That's right. And a lot of checkouts have happened just throughout the day, aligning our guidance, navigation control, getting all the tanks ready for prop load.
At some point, it will become routine, I think. But we're not there yet. It's still just like it's magical every time.
Booster.
It's very exciting for me. Like I think I said this
checked out, ready to
at
go.
one point. It's like rocket people are like train people.
In advance,
you know, it's the same vibe.
Catch opportunity. So
same vibe, just faster.
We've got a little over about 4 minutes left until, or about 4 minutes. What's 7 minus 4? 4 minutes until we get to closeouts.
Losing my mind, bro. What's 7 minus 4? That's how I feel when I'm doing the boxes at work.
Any issues right now, bottom line.
I have an astrophysics degree, but I can't fucking count to 6, dude. Holy shit.
5:30 p.m. Central.
Very exciting. Once again, we are attempting to catch the booster at the launch tower. If that happens today, it will be the 3rd ever booster catch. This is an aspect that I really enjoy, and it's how
everybody really enjoys it. Everybody loves a good catch.
It lets you know.
Oh yeah, this comes in an audible sonic boom in the area around the return location, which occur when the booster slows down from traveling at supersonic speeds.
I think they'll show us a clip of it.
Heard during the return and landing of NASA's space shuttle.
Yeah, sonic booms are unique to vehicles returning.
They did during the last stream we did.
Hallmark of reusable systems like our Falcon 9 rocket and Falcon Heavy. General impact.
We got to remember at that 40-second mark they can hang out for a little bit. They can chill.
Noise. I've been fortunate enough to be here for all of them so far. They definitely let you know the vehicle's coming. Here's a little bit about what it's like to experience.
Here it is. Here it is. Man. Listen to that fucking... Yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's the good stuff right there, guys. That right there is the good shit. Fuck, dude.
And as someone
hopefully
who grew up
again,
hearing those sonic booms
it'll be about 12 minutes, assuming they go right through the. If they go through any holds, like
really
instantly, obviously, it might be a few more seconds on it.
When you hear them, you just know it's a spaceship telling everyone that it wants to be reused. Great sounds.
Get myself in here, so we get the full like.
You can hear the room is getting excited here in Hawthorne. The crowd eager to see Starship fly, as you can see and hear. Now, behind me in our flight control room here in Hawthorne, you can see some of our folks on console.
Oh, that's that's not a
We're
good thing
assisting
to
the flight
do.
controllers
You know,
in
that's
Starbase
the fucking green screen
on
curse
all
right there,
Starship's
but
various
it is what
systems,
it is,
including
right?
its avionics
Ugh.
and those Raptor
Everybody
engines we
fucking.
talked about a little bit earlier.
I love
So
all
Dan and
the
Kate,
hype.
with
I
4
love all the
minutes, 20
people
seconds left on
just
the clock. Let's hit it back to you at Starbase and
excited as
hopefully
fuck.
watch Starship lift
Same
off
as
today.
me.
Thanks so much, Chris. Now, if you're just joining us, we're
And
now
my
just
face
about
starts
4
to hurt
minutes
when we get into
until
the business end of
liftoff
launch.
of the 8th test
Can't
flight
stop
of
smiling.
Starship. As we reported earlier, range and weather are both very green, super green, if you will.
Super green.
And everything is
Extra
looking good.
green.
Propellant loading continues
The most
to happen.
green.
We're going to
The
be
greenest.
closing out
Some
very
say the
soon on
greenest.
both stages of Starship.
Yeah, we're almost fully fueled on our tanks. We're going to see that closeout coming in just about 30 seconds on
I'm ready,
ship.
dude.
So that's both the main and the header tanks. And then about 30 seconds later on booster.
I'm fucking fired
once
up.
prop load is complete, we got just shy of 1 million pounds of liquid propellant. That's liquid oxygen, liquid methane onto both vehicles. All of our ground systems will do what's called pushbacks. They'll clear all those feed lines.
We're
We're
getting
not
into the real
continuously
business.
replenishing the propellant on board Starship or super heavy. That's why we essentially have several minutes where we can
Take
hang
it to
out at
stance.
that T-minus 40 hold point before we start to run into issues with temperatures or just those LOX levels, or that LOX level on the booster is one of the main things that we watch.
This
So,
drone footage is fucking
We're also
sick.
going to do a couple of final
Like,
checkouts.
this is some of
We'll
the
do
coolest
one
footage that
final one
SpaceX has
of
given us.
the thrust vector control,
Especially
the
with the two
TVCs
towers.
on the booster.
Man,
we'll see
that's
them
wild.
hopefully do a little bit of
I'm
a
not going to
wiggle
be able to
test.
get that
The
into
first one comes
a
at about
short
1
clip,
minute
am I?
40
It's not
seconds
going to work.
before
Fuck.
launch, and then the last one comes right as we
It's
pass
too
that
big.
T-minus
Everything
40
at
gate.
Starbase is too big.
Again, if we need
I
to
love
hold,
it.
which we held a couple of times on Monday, we can do so at that T-minus 40 second. We're
Just
not
think about how
currently
big a space
tracking
elevator
any
would be.
issues that would hold
Be
us there.
many, many,
But if we
many
do run into
times
that,
bigger
we can
than
hang
this.
out for a couple minutes.
36,000 kilometers of graphene rope.
That would be
Think
the
about that.
point in the countdown.
Just think
as we
about
mentioned
like
on
what
Monday,
200
that
kilometers
40
is, and
T-minus
then like
40 second
fucking put
point
that
is when
vertical.
we can pause to hold
And then
for
do it
final
until it's
checkouts or
36,000.
pressurizations if necessary. But once we pass that T-minus 40 second mark, a
God.
number of things are going to occur in
Mega
rapid
structure
succession.
engineering, dude.
The ground spin and ignition systems will come up to flight pressure. The ship goes
This is
to
just the
internal
beginning.
power, and after that, the quick disconnect or QD arm lockout. That's removed in preparation for retraction shortly after T0. Once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, as we saw on Monday, we had the ability to recycle the count under certain conditions back to that T-minus 40 second mark and hold there to assess what happened and if we're able to proceed to T0.
All right, guys. Well,
And like we said,
we're
we
getting
can
into the
hang
business
out
end
at
now.
T-minus 40
2 minutes,
for
so
several
Godspeed.
minutes,
Godspeed,
before
SpaceX.
we start running into some
I-
limits, essentially.
I don't have
on
very many
our
words. I'm too
propellant
excited.
on board. There are a couple of other things, like if we pass the T-minus 10 second point, and the water starts to flow in that flame deflector, and we scrub,
look at
that's
that.
automatic scrub for the day.
I hate
Oh,
when they talk about the
There's
scrubs
our
before.
TVC, our thrust
I hate
vector
that
control
shit, bro.
checkout. It's got a little
It's
bit
like
of a wiggle
just
there.
don't say the word.
On
Don't
those
say it. I don't
inner
want to hear
Raptor
it.
engines,
I don't
those
want to hear
13
it,
inner
bro.
ones, which are going to be used for that boost back burn and the landing burn.
Okay.
So cool to see those.
Yeah, I love that shot. We don't have that on Falcon, and it's just so cool to see really the business end of the Super Heavy booster.
Yeah. Super Heavy stands on business. That fucking it's a big boy. All right. We'll see what they do if they go through on 40 seconds here.
10 seconds away from that T-minus 40 hold. We'll see.
Holy fuck.
All right, we are
They
going
are
to hold
holding?
the T-minus 40.
Okay.
We're watching the
We can breathe for a
temperatures
second.
on the ship right now for the ship fuel. Sounds like they're working through that. We might be able to release that hold shortly.
I think in the YouTube description there's a bunch of links to other channels too, so you can go check out for more space information and everything. Everybody should do that. Like, share all the space stuff.
All right,
It's
sounds
like
we're
more
gonna be
space
able
stuff.
to
I
reset
more
those
space
holds,
stuff.
Not tracking any other holds.
All right, we're through.
Clock is rolling.
We're into the business end. The business
The
end.
clock is rolling once again.
Oh, all right, guys.
Seconds till the liftoff
Flight 8.
of the 8th flight of Starship.
Godspeed.
Our flight director, Joe Schleicher, today is go for launch.
Booster 15,
Let's
ship
listen in
34.
as he
Let's do it.
Takes us through the final seconds
Big
of the count.
Chungus mode.
T-minus 8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's going, guys. Holy fuck. It's cleared the tower. Go! Yes, sir. Holy fuck. That never gets old. God damn. My hands are shaking, bro. I'm not even there. If I was there, I might like pass out. Just from the sheer excitement of it all.
All right, we're a little over 40 seconds. Into the flight. We are seeing 33 out of 33
Wow.
Raptor engines ignited.
They are bright as hell, dude. And they are going.
Boosters pushing us downrange over the Gulf. Next milestone coming up in just under 10 seconds is going to be max Q, that max aerodynamic pressure.
Max Q. We saw them push through it there. That was sick. They're getting close to it. I don't know if they punched through it right there, but there was a shock cone that appeared.
All right, so we're through max Q.
Oh, look at that plume expansion. This is my favorite part.
On the way up. Wow,
when that atmosphere.
I'm still recovering.
Same.
That was amazing.
This is wild, dude. Look at how nice that's got a nice trajectory to it.
Pitching down.
And look at all that.
From the launch tower.
All right, guys. Next milestone is really catch. We can see if they're go for catch. That's what I'm really interested in.
While we're still attached to the top of the booster, we'll see all but those 3.
It fucking went. You know, it happens so quick. Every damn time.
We're hearing the initial call that we are go for booster catch back here at the launch.
Nice. Tower. Okay. Go for booster catch. Wow, that looks good.
Hot staging.
Hot staging is coming up.
Ignite while still attached to the Super Heavy booster, and also while Super Heavy booster will still be under power
engine
itself.
chill.
The clamps holding the 2 stages together are going to release.
Okay.
And Starship second stage engines will
booster engine cut off.
There's booster engine cut off.
Ship engine startup.
Oh, nice.
Separation.
Wowee. And then just, I'm going away, Chief. See you next week.
There we go.
Holy
Ship
shit.
Engines, all 6 Raptors
There's that
ignited.
there.
I'm
sort of in the way. I'll try and pull myself a little bit. That's pretty sick. That's a pretty sick shot, actually. Pull myself out of the way. Have a better view of that.
The booster back. We are still go for booster return, even with 2 Raptors out during that boost back. We can do a full duration one. But
stay over here
looks
in
like
the
we
corner,
got a
I
ship,
guess.
6 engines heading into space, and then we got a booster hopefully on our way back to Starbase. How's
this is awesome.
Chris?
That looked very
Everything
good. That looked very
looking
clean.
Good. The crowd eagerly followed that ascent, and now watching the booster coming
That
back.
is a good
So
shot
as
of the
you can see
booster,
on
a
the
good tracking
left-hand
shot of
side
the
your
booster there.
screen
We'll
here,
cover it
that
up.
is ship
If you want to go, you
continuing,
can go
and
check out
that's a great
SpaceX's
view of
live
ship
on X.
continuing
Obviously,
on
you
its
can
way
watch
to
that.
space. They're
If you want the
looking-
full view.
That's inside the camera, inside the aft skirt,
Ooh.
looking at the Raptor
Wow.
vacuum and the sea level
Look at that.
engines. The sea level ones there in the center of your screen under our T+ clock. You can see
That's a nice
our
shot.
boost back burn. We're down to 3 engines on the boost back burn. And you can see ship on the right-hand side of that telemetry with 6 engines lit, continuing its ascent to orbit, already over 100 kilometers in altitude. The booster 87 kilometers in altitude and continuing its trek right now back to the landing site and catch site.
It doesn't even look real,
Shutdown.
you know?
And we just heard a good call out for boost back
Look at that thing.
shutdown. The next thing we should see on our screen is the separation of the
All right,
hot
3 minutes.
stage from the Super Heavy booster. We jettison that because we do not need it.
We don't have any
landing,
wiggly
but
bits
on
this
future
time. That's a
iterations
good
of the
sign.
Super Heavy, that hot stage ring will be incorporated into the booster, and we will get it back. But
Pull
for
myself
today,
off
you
to
can see
take
it
a
on
look
the
at
right-hand
that.
side of
I
your
like
screen
that a
there,
lot.
just separating off of from the
The
right-hand
plumes.
side of the booster.
That's sick.
You can also see the booster doing its liquid oxygen dump there, which is exactly what we would expect for it to do as the booster gets itself configured for the landing here. Now, meanwhile,
So
Starship will
cool.
continue to coast after
It's
it
just
reaches
so
orbit
beautiful.
for about 40 minutes or so, up to an altitude
So
of
majestic.
214 kilometers, but it's still
Such
got
a
a ways to go
majestic
there.
machine.
Currently
Very
accelerating
steampunk.
past 7,500 kilometers per hour there in velocity.
All right,
And
I'm
just look
very
at those
excited.
great views of the booster
We'll get
coming
the
back.
booster catch is coming
the
soon.
Gulf
You can see
coastline
right there
just looks
the coast.
absolutely gorgeous.
Starship is on a nominal
What a good
trajectory.
view. There's
And
hot
there we
stage
hear
jettisoning.
nominal
What a nice
trajectories all around. And,
what a nice
Dan and
view of
Kate,
that.
we're at 5 minutes,
With the light coming off of the hot stage ring.
here, into the flight.
That's sick.
Everything looking good for the Super Heavy and for Starship today. What's it like there at Starbase as we get ready to catch?
All right, catch 3, guys. Let's see.
Go.
It was incredible,
Yeah.
Chris, to be able to see the mock diamonds with my own eyes. That was amazing. We are standing by for return of booster back to the launch tower. We have heard that we are go for the
4,000 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, this coming from one of our long-range
Man.
tracking cameras. We're able to see the hot
What
stage
a-
separate and fly away.
What a
So
crazy
coming up
thing
in
to think
just
of.
about
Like,
30
these
seconds,
tracking
we're gonna
cameras
look
are
for the
nuts,
landing
dude.
burn. We're going to
Reactor
command
chamber push is
those
nominal.
13
Oh, there's that
inner
heating,
and
that
middle
engine
ring
heating.
engines to turn on.
From the
13
atmosphere.
initially,
The
they bleed off
atmosphere
all of
is
that
heating those up.
velocity as we're slowing down from supersonic speeds.
Whoo,
Eventually
nice.
loading down to
nice
only
glow.
3 engines for that precision
As we've
flight
seen in the previous
into the
flights, of
tower.
course, but
Right now, booster using its 4 hypersonic grid fins to help guide itself through
oh,
this
that is such a
atmospheric
cool
entry
shot.
back for its precision landing.
Think of
at
all
the
that
launch site.
telemetry. You know, all the data they're
Once
getting.
again,
Oh
we're
my
gonna
god.
ignite first the center
Holy
13
fuck.
engines.
That doesn't even look real.
We should see that coming
But
up
it-
here momentarily.
Oh, they're out an
Engine
engine
startup.
on landing burn. Will they do it?
This is going to
'Kay.
come down to 3 engines
3?
as the booster slows down for its landing.
It's
And we
coming
just
in.
heard the sonic boom.
Come on. Come on.
What an incredible sight to see the super heavy booster.
Like a
gliding
glove
down into the
again,
tower
dude.
so
Number
once
3.
again.
What the hell? Holy shit. That was sick. That was fucking sick, dude. Holy fuck.
Stuck the landing.
Beautiful.
Wow. That
It's
will
back.
never get old.
No, it won't. That is true. That is never
Alright.
going to get old. Ever, ever,
We saw
ever.
12 out of
Holy
13
fuck.
light for
That is
landing
wild,
burn.
dude.
Booster still able to make its way with that final precision burn on the 3 engines in for the tower catch. So booster caught. Meanwhile, keeping an eye on
And Ship is still
got 6
alive.
Raptors
That's pretty
burning.
sick.
Those are going to continue for about another minute until we'll get to the Starship engine cutoff.
That was nuts.
Really
That was
cool view.
genuinely nuts.
Again,
It's
a
never
million
going to get old.
shout-outs to all of our avionics team who make these cameras possible for us. That's looking right down inside essentially the skirt area of Ship, where you can
Wow.
see a pretty good view of all 6 Raptors, especially those 3 inner ones, one of which we're going to hopefully relight
Oh,
a little bit later.
we're seeing some...
And we just saw some engines go out.
Uh-oh.
It looks like we are losing attitude
doesn't look
control
good.
of the ship.
Dun, 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 dun. There comes a moment when... That doesn't look good, guys. They appear to have had another harmonic resonance issue. They are currently spinning wildly at hypersonic velocities. Oh no! Oh no!
Getting video down from the ship, you can see we've lost several engines and we've lost attitude control of the vehicle.
You spin me right round. Helicopter, helicopter. Oh my god, dude. That is not what you want to see. It is going end over end. It might not be okay. Well, they might be able to get control off the atmosphere. They might be able to
So we'll
bounce off the
continue to
atmosphere,
stick
you know what I
with it.
mean? Get some control with it. You know? Maybe? Oh, I don't
For those
know.
of you that just recently joined us, we had a successful liftoff of
Hell
the
yeah,
8th
Keith.
test flight of Starship, followed by a successful stage separation.
Look
We
at
saw
that
the
fucking
booster actually,
telemetry
you
down
can see
there,
it just
dude.
behind us here.
Dude,
The booster had a
dude,
successful
dude,
catch
dude.
back at the tower.
Holy fuck, that's
Unfortunately, it seems
hilarious.
as though we lost the attitude control of the ship. We are
Well,
standing
another
by
ship bites
as
the
we
dust, but
listen
hey,
in with the teams on the
booster
nets to
catch is working.
understand what information
You
we're
got a
able
little bit of
to
work on
provide
the
you.
ships to
We
do.
will provide that
It
as soon
seems
as
like
we are
version 2
able,
is having
but
some hiccups.
it's
But
pretty incredible to take
booster's
a moment
working
and see
fine.
the booster just behind us.
You know what I'm saying?
Certainly a different view than last time.
And at this point, we've essentially lost contact with the ship.
All right,
We're no
well,
longer receiving
shit.
telemetry at
They
this
lost
moment.
contact with the ship.
So
I guess that
we were only.
that basically wraps us up then, huh? Well, fucking. Yeah, I mean, silver linings for sure. I mean, that's bigger than a silver lining. That's like a gold lining. It's like the platinum lining, you know what I mean? But, well, shit. They lost another ship. I jinxed it again, guys. Damn it. That was pretty sick though. It started just like spinning around. Maybe we'll get some sick footage of it re-entering somewhere. That'd be pretty awesome. Again, so looks like they have some things to work on. What the fuck is that guy wearing? God damn, the guy on the ones. I'm still watching the stream. It's obviously not useful for you guys because I don't have it up anymore. And he's not showing up. He's not even gonna. I'll just close it so that it stops bothering me. All right. Okay. Well, that was something. We got to see that booster come back. That's fucking every time. That is literally what I'm looking for. I just love that booster return. I think next flight they might try to reuse a booster, so that'd be pretty awesome, or at least reuse engines. I think they've already reused engines, so be nice to see them reuse an actual booster and whatnot. And it'd be nice to see a version 2 ship survive to get to the plasma phase, which I can't. Why was it working before? You know what I mean? It was working before, and now it's just not working at all. And it seems like some wackery is going on with again, I bet that's another harmonic resonance issue. You know what I mean? Like pipes vibrating out of place or whatever, and then, you get like an engine explode, or maybe it was I think another problem they were encountering was like fuel freezing inside of the engines. So maybe something along those lines. So, in any case, we'll hear more over the next couple of days, and I'll keep people updated. I have a Discord if anybody wants to join. I appreciate everybody who popped in. Thanks, Keith, for hanging out for a little bit, and thanks everybody over on YouTube. Anybody who popped in, I appreciate you. I'll end up clipping this up probably over the next couple of days. I still have a couple old VODs to clip up, and we'll be back with some more Fortnite over the next little while. But like I said, I'm balancing 2 new jobs at the moment, so I'm working all this weekend, and so we'll probably see most of this stuff coming out next week. But yeah. Peace out. Peace, love, happiness. Everybody have a good rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Godspeed, SpaceX. And we'll catch you on the next.